back to Stereo Studs. I'm Stephen, and we're going to crack on with some more unboxing. So, straight into the first box. Okay, there's quite a few sets in here. I'll try and work off the table, but right. So first up, this is just an empty box actually. So it's just the Lego Idea Sailboat 40487, the Sailboat Adventure gift with purchase. I've got tons of these. I have built one obviously, so that's just an empty box there. Another empty box actually. It's the Brothor's New Asgard 76200. Again, another set that I had built. So I had a lot of sets built and displayed when I was living with my parents previously, and they have just kind of been boxed away in their built state. So hence why there's a few empty boxes coming out sort of within here. Next up then, another gift with purchase is 40450 Amelia Earhart tribute. So going back to the previous video, I did say there's quite a few of these little tribute style gift with purchases. This is another one that I really like. Fantastic minifigure as well with that. I think I have got a couple of these. I may have moved some on in the past. I did absolutely want to keep one for myself, so that's that. Next up then, we have some of the the brickhead pets. Whenever these first come out, now a few years ago, I can't remember, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I just felt compelled to collect them for some reason. It was a new sort of brickhead line, and I kind of like the idea of them. So this is 40482, which is the hamster and baby hamster one. I don't actually know now if I do intend to hold on to these. I have built quite a few of them previously, but again, as time's gone on, I've kind of just lost interest. So the ones that are boxed, I might potentially just look at moving on. Next, we have another brickhead set, one that's a little bit damaged. It's 40481. It's the chick and cockatiel from the pets line. I have two of these in here. These were actually available through one of the voucher websites at some point in time, as like an additional little sort of almost gift with purchase style that you could add on. So I managed to get a couple of these whilst placing orders. Again, I don't know what I'll do with them, if I'll hold on to them or not. Next up is 10772 Mickey Mouse propeller plane. This was just a wee cheap set. I think that I got at some point. I quite like the little plane, and I like the Mickey minifigure as well. I particularly like his wee sort of jacket torso. So I just picked that up then at some point, just as a wee sort of extra, I suppose, to add into the city. We've got a few more little city sets here then. 60249, the little street sweeper. It's a great wee set. It'll be perfect for adding into the layout. I do think I have a couple of these, but then I think it would only be right to have a couple of them around the city. 60284 then is the little sort of dump truck from the city line again. It's just a wee 4+ set, so it's a very easy build, but just some nice little parts and pieces in there. I like this little sign as well. Nice construction minifigure. So again, that will just factor its way into the layout somewhere anyway. And then another of the small city sets is 60263. So this is one of the National Geographic sets. It's just a little underwater sub then with a hammerhead shark. I'm not really sure why I've got that, to be honest. Again, it's probably just a little cheap set that I've seen on offer and picked it up. I do, as I said previously, I do like the molded animals, so at least I have the shark there anyway. And then the last set in here is 43106. It's the Unicorn DJ Beatbox from the video line, which obviously no longer exists. These were extremely cheap, somewhere like maybe £3-4. There are some useful parts in there. There's some nice printed tiles, and you know, things that can potentially be used within maybe like a comic store or a music store or something like that. So, and then you get a cool minifigure as well out of it. So, but purely because it was the price it was. And then a few of these little extras packs, 40376, just little building pieces basically for layouts and for towns. They don't do these anymore, or these aren't available anymore to purchase. They're a relatively inexpensive way just to get your hands on a few neat little parts. And then lastly, the only other thing we have in here is just some rock pieces then, that obviously I've picked up from presumably Facebook or Marketplace or something like that. So these will just have been bought with future builds in the city of mine, so in the layout. Okay, so that wraps up that box then. Bit of an interesting one. A few random pieces in there. I'll set this aside then, and we'll go and grab another one. Okay, so the next box we have here is quite a big one. Now, I actually did a wee nosy in this prior to bringing it over just to see what was in it, because it felt strange, but this actually is a built set. So it's actually the Old Trafford set. It's in a few pieces now. This is a tad awkward really, but yeah, so I don't really know the best way to do this. If I perhaps just hold it up. So yes, obviously being a United fan for my sins, I had to get the Old Trafford set when it was available, so that was previously displayed. It's now looking a little bit dusty and worse for wear, much like the Rail Stadium, so I will have to give that a wee clean up and whatnot, and get it put back together and display it somewhere whenever I've got the space. But for now I'll just close that box back up again and set that one aside. And we'll grab another one here. Okay, I just stick a small on the ground then. So, right, okay, so I said in my last video that I had a few of the Mrs. Castillo Dreams vans, or Turtle Van from Dreams line. So they're all in this box. So like I said, I managed to get these for a really good price. For £15. I think that originally maybe retailed at, I don't know, I want to say £44.99, but that feels a bit expensive for that set. But at £15 I couldn't really say no, so I did pick up a few of those at that price. And again, as I said, my intention is to build one of them anyway, and then the rest of them there I'll set aside for perhaps future sales if the demand's there. And next up, so we have another Sailboat Adventure 40487. This one not built. I actually have no idea how many of these I have, to be honest, so it'll be interesting to go through. But I might build that. Like, there's no harm in having a couple of those, I suppose, in the layout. It just depends how big my sort of water and ocean area actually is, whether there'll be the capacity to have that many boats in it, because I do also want a working port, which is linked to the railway with, you know, cargo transferring, so that'll be the priority. But it's nice to have anyway, and certainly a set that I could move on if the demand's there. And then the last set in here is another brickheadz, so it's 40622. It's a Disney 100 line with the 4 Disney figures. These again were on sale direct through Lego. I picked a few of them up online, and I think I also managed to get a couple of them from the Lego store in Dublin during a visit. So again, these I've bought really just to set aside and hopefully sell on at some point in the future. Okay, so that's everything in that box then. Alright guys, so on to the next box then. Smaller box, but feels like there's quite a few bits and pieces in it, so I'll just stick it in the ground here and sort of lift up from there. Right, okay, so we're starting off with quite a few of these little VIP add-on packs. So this is the Fun and Funky one, 40512. I think, if memory serves me correct, there's pigs in here. There are, yes, so I was very keen to get this one just to bag a few more pigs. And we have another one. And another one, so a few of those. And then we have the, and I do apologise for the noise, we have 40515, which is the Pirates and Treasure add-on pack. Again, just nice to have, cool pieces, a few little parrots in there, and a shark. So again, just useful to be able to add those into the layout. Another one of the VIP add-on packs in, this is the spooky one, 40513. Again, just some neat pieces. I like the little wood textured tiles and the little teddy bears. And have another 3 of those then, so quite a few of those little VIP packs in there. We do also have a few sets as well, so another of the little Disney mini building sets, this one, Haunted Mansion. Again, this set didn't do terribly well either. It was on sale for a long time on Lego's website. I did pick one up early days for me to build, and on the assumption I was going to continue to collect the line. I think I've got a few more of these within the remainder of these boxes, so there'll be some to sell, some to keep. Okay, so we've got a couple more then of the brickheads from the pet line, the koi fish and the fry 40545. I think this one is very popular actually now in the aftermarket, so again, I don't know my intention with these, but I have a few of them, so of the different sets in the range, so we'll see how things pan out. 2 more then, 40546. So this is the poodle and puppy. So we've picked up a couple of those. I think they were potentially a gift with purchase via a website again, so that's why I've got a couple of those. And that's everything then from that box. Okay then, so the last of the boxes that I'm going to cover today then. So what I might just do first is move a few bits and pieces down underneath the table, just to have a little bit of space to work on. Just take these rock pieces and that should be enough. And then I'll just pick up from down here then. So in this box we have, okay, there's quite a few city sets in here, which is good. First up is 40582. This was a gift with purchase, so it's like an off-road ambulance vehicle that released, I think it was maybe the end of 23, sometime around 23 anyway, so I picked up a couple of these. Just, again, minifigures, vehicles for the city, so useful to have. Next up we have another Speed Champion set, so it's the Lamborghini Countach 76904. Again, like I said, from time to time I do pick up the occasional Speed Champion set if it's on offer, and I feel like there's maybe a potential resale in it, so that'll be the theory behind that. Okay, next up we have a couple of the Lego City Digger from I think this was 23 as well. So again, I think I got these on offer. This one I can see was £9. I presume they were both the same. So at £9 I just thought a couple of good construction vehicles, a few useful parts, and again decent figures. So I'll pick them up and I can use them within my layout. And then last but not least in here we have 60384, which is the slushy van. Cool little set. This little line of sort of food trucks seems to be picking up steam. You know, we had the pizza, we have this one with the ice cream, and then there's been the burger van, and there's been another one since then, I think, hasn't there? So yeah, these are class. I like them. This little minifigure as well is pretty cool with the little headpiece and stuff. It's just a nice build, and again, it's just something good for factoring into my layout. And that is everything from that box then. So I think that sort of about wraps up what we'll get done in this video. Once again, I'll just reorganize this stuff, and then we'll sign this one out. Okay, guys, so that's another unboxing finished. Quite an assortment of sets within that, a lot of little city ones and a few bits and pieces for the layout, and a few for putting away for investment as well. So an interesting little collection. Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in once again. As always, you know, if you like this content, please drop me a like, and then, you know, I know that there's value in it for me as well. Again, subscribe and hit that bell notification if you want kept updated for future videos. You know, like I said, eventually I'll be sort of broadening things out a wee bit and focusing on you know, more than just unboxing. But until I get through all of this kind of feels like a logical way for me to approach it with interest. So Thank you again anyway for tuning in, and have a good one, guys.